Hey guys, it's quite exciting. We're going to go and get my new kayak with my brother. So let's go. The drive. Hey guys, so we've come down to the Hobie Centre down in Poole. This is called Sure Thing, as you can see over there. These guys specialise in Hobie gear, and I'm picking up my new kayak, which is the Hobie Passport. There we go. So I'll do a quick walkthrough from front to back. So we've got a little handle here. So the Passport, unlike the sort of, it's more expensive, the Hobie's more expensive stable mates like the Outback and the Pro Angler. This one isn't roto molded. This one, what's the process called?
It's thermoformed.
Thermoformed, yeah. Isn't it? So essentially, if I'm correct with this, it's two pieces which you can see here.
Yep. And
they've been stuck together. From what I've read, it doesn't really make much in the way of difference in strength. It's just a slightly cheaper process, but it also makes the boat lighter. Is that?
It's quite light, yeah, relatively speaking, yeah.
I mean, what does this come in? About 34 kilos?
Yes, that's about right. For
yeah,
yeah.
So it's a lighter boat, which is what I wanted, so I can sort of rooftop it.
It's a faster production process. They can make more boats in the same time frame more quickly.
Yeah.
The machine will press out the panels and
stick
it gets bonded together, and it's a lot quicker to do. A rotor molded process just takes longer from start to finish to do, so you can't make as many boats in the time frame.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that's why this is a cheaper way of doing it.
Yeah. So we'll walk through from the front. We've got the handle here, carry handle, just some rope to hold it down. Then we've got an area here which is just, you can cut these out. So this area is, you can cut this out and put a hatch in apparently. I don't really know why you'd bother with that on this boat, because you're not going to be able to access that easily, but maybe if you're camp fishing. Like all the Hobies, it takes a sail, so you can put a mast kit in here, bungee that underneath everything, and those bungees just, I believe, just pop out like that. Yeah, so they're sort of, they pop in, pop out. I can't get it back in. There we go. So that's that. Coming back, we've got, don't know what these things are for. Little holder, I don't know what that's for. There, we've got the well where the drive goes into, and I believe this is similar to what they use. So I believe that's similar to what they use on the inflatable ones. So it's kind of, it's actually just put in, so it's a separate piece. Coming back further, we've got two nice sort of standing areas here and here, just sort of high density foam. Then you've got a hatch here which opens up, and everybody talks about this bit. There's a bottle opener on the inside. But you can put in the circular tackle box or whatever they call it, which goes in there, but it doesn't have it in there. If you go in underneath, you can see there's some foam padding under there, and they've put that foam padding under the places where you stand, and I believe they've done that just to sort of strengthen the hull in that area. Back through, so let's come back to here. This is the seating area here, and the seat basically clips in there. There's not much in the way of height adjustment or anything like that, but the seat sort of clips in here and here, and then you can take the seat out and apparently use it on a beach as well. It's got the steering is on one side here, and it's got a little carry handle here. Now the sort of unique thing about this kayak is that there's a solid pole which comes all the way through to the back, which is that bit there, and we'll just show you how it attaches here. So you line it up.
Would you do me a favour? Just put the rudder straight.
There we go.
Straight, yeah.
So that's rudder straight, and then we just line it up like that. And that's basically it. Now it's a flip up. It's a flip up rudder. So what that means is when you're out in the water, well, you've got to flip it out before you go too far out. Or I believe people can deploy. You can deploy it just using like the actual paddles. Just lean back. But essentially, this is it. So it comes like this. You pull it down, and it's down. And if it hits anything, it will just come up like that. So it's got it's protected like that. I believe it's probably similar to the other Hobies as well. And it's got this pin here, and that's a weak point which will break before the rudder will break. I believe that's what that does. So that's another thing. And then, so we'll come back up to the middle. So we got the steering here like that, and you'll see that moving that around. Seat in here, down in there, clips in like that. And then these bits come across and they just clip in, as say, like that, and then you can adjust it. You can adjust it here. Nice mesh seat. This bit of mesh is thicker than this bit, so it's a little bit softer. Coming back, sorry, another thing to mention is there is a pre-set hole in here where you can put your transom, which goes through, so you can transom mount a fish finder. And so this is the fish finder spot. So that's where the fish finder goes, and the hole is just there, and then you can route it down through this bit here. Coming back through here, it's got two scupper holes. So those two scupper holes, they basically, you can use a trolley which fits in there, so that's what I've got. And then you've got two rod holders here and here, and then you've got some more storage back here, and that's it. So, oh, and I forgot to mention there's two track mounts here, so one there and one there, so you can put all your sort of like Railblazer and Ram mounts on there. So if you want to mount a rod holder or a fish finder unit, they can go there or there. And then you've got a little bungee here, which just, so this little bungee here, you can put your tackle box in here. There's a little formed bit here for a drinks holder. Again, just hold it in like that. And here's the track mounts. So you can track mount your fish finder or rod holder there. So in terms of capacity, this is it. So it's more than enough for me. I'd hope I don't weigh that much. So this is the kayak. This is going to be my new toy for going fishing with. So hopefully you'll see this on some new videos. Okay guys, so when you get the Hobie, when you get your kayak, the fins aren't set up, so you have to put them together. So we're just doing that now. So what have we got here? So the arms come loose, don't they? Yeah. So we just they essentially look like this when you got them.
That's called a crank.
This is the crank, yeah. So like a crank on a bike, yeah, basically. Exactly. Crank arm on a bike, and then that slots into this position here and then gets held in place by this head bolt. And the beauty with the Hobie kayaks is, and I'm speaking with not I've ever used one, so I'm no expert, but like I've watched enough videos that I think I probably understand it. that you can adjust the positioning of these arms according to your leg length. So when you get into the boat, you've got loads of different settings along there, which you can see with all of these different little holes along here, and that allows you to set it up perfectly to your leg length. So let's just watch this one going in. That's it. There we go, and you saw that pin locate into one of the holes, which means it's in the correct place. Then we just fix it with the bolt. No pressure.
Good job it's not live, eh?
Yeah. And then you just tighten it down. And how tight do you go on this? Do you?
Well, there's no torque setting. You're just going to do it up till it feels about right.
Yeah. I guess you don't want to over tighten, do you?
No, but it won't work loose. I mean, it's hand tight. I mean, you're not using any sort of extra pressure on there.
Yeah.
It's quite tight in the thread, so
yeah,
it's not going to work loose.
I mean, it's a simple system, and I mean, this system's been basically around since the beginning, hasn't it?
It's over 20 years now.
Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a testament to it. And that's the drive. And could you demonstrate how the flip up fins, the kick up fins work?
Yeah, so we can probably,
if it hits something
like
that,
and that will move back.
And then
same with that one, that'll move back. In water, actually, so as you start pedaling again, the force will throw them back out into position.
Right.
In fresh air, not so much, but in water, they'll just go back. They've pretty much gone back. Look.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, brilliant. And then that basically locates into the boat as so. So some of the more expensive ones have like forwards and backwards options, but this has got the glide technology, which I believe is just, it's got bearings.
That's correct. So rod bearings, all the moving parts, that's now in.
So you can see it pedaling away there, and that's what's happening underneath. It's amazing, and that basically pushes the kayak forwards.
Shallow water setting.
Oh, shallow water, yeah. So you've got this bungee here that holds that arm back, which in turn brings these back up, and it's been cut away back in here, so you can see it won't ground itself when you're launching or coming back in. So that's if you want it on the beach, isn't it? Yeah.
No, do you know what I'm getting confused with? This is the same seat for the Hobie Links.
Oh, really?
And the Hobie Links, you hook that into there, but on this one,
it just goes in there.
Onto there.
And that's it. And then you adjust the sort of the rake of the back seat just by pulling that, and it clips in there.
Yep, little clip just at the back to hold it in.
That's it.
That's it. That's your seat in.
Yeah. And it's got a slightly softer mesh, or a heavier mesh here, which is.
They call it a 3D mesh. So it's got. If you look feel it, it's actually padded.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's got more than one layer. It's 3D, so it's not a flat surface. It's been made to create a cushion.
So it's nice and soft on the bum. And then it also comes with a paddle, just a straightforward kind of aluminium paddle, but that's fine. So, you know, nice to have a sort of backup option if something did go wrong with the drive, which I'm sure it won't, but like, you know, or if you need to get out in shallow water, I guess, you've got this. And
or if you need to stomach jaws on the head.
yeah, exactly.
Good
All
for,
these.
Good for fending off angry swans.
Yeah. That's it. And then that clips down. So it's been cut away in here. And that's it.
This is not a Hobie trolley. This is what's known as what's made by a company called Harbour. and they make a good sort of standard plug-in trolley.
Yeah. So basically you can insert this into the scupper holes at the back of the boat, and then you can store it. I guess you can flip it back over and store it the other way around.
Exactly, just take it with you. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. I wanted to get something like that because, yeah, you don't want to be dragging it over the... Do you, with these boats, I've seen people putting sort of little fenders or sort of contact on the contact points. Do you think that's like using Gorilla Tape and stuff like that? Is that, do you think
you could do it? I mean, it depends how rough you think you're going to be with your kayak. I mean, you know, you could do it, but at the end of the day, it's a plastic kayak. It's pretty robust. You're going to pick up the odd scuff and the odd scratch anyway. I mean, I think they look, doesn't make them look very good when they're covered in bits of tape.
Yeah,
but,
I know what you mean.
At the same time, I don't know, it's up to you really.
Yeah.
I think they're robust enough if you treat them with a bit of respect. You're unlikely to do any real harm to it.
No. So this is how it fits in.
I'm just lining up the, getting these things roughly in the middle first. It's going to be about there.
Just tighten it down. Perfect.
And, scupper
it's funny how they put one round one way and one round the other way.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So now that's lined up, just put the wheels on.
Just a little word of advice, these little quick pins are really good when you're taking the wheels on and off regularly for storage or whatever, but they're quite easy to knock and come off when you lose them. So if you are going to leave the wheels constructed together all the time with the pins in, I put a little zip tie around that just to make sure the pin can't accidentally release.
I'll just come in here and have a look. So that's the pin there, the locating pin.
Yeah, they call it a quick pin, but it is quick. It's quick to get on and off, but it's easy to catch on something and you can flick it open and lose it. Yeah,
sure.
Which is annoying. So if I know I'm leaving the wheels in one piece, it's not a bad idea to just zip tie that in position. In the scupper hole, sorry, scupper hole there. Okay, lower it down, please, Chris. Just lower it onto those wheels. That's it. Yeah. You on? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it.
That's it.
Ready to go.
Perfect. And that's gone through there, and that's actually gone through the scupper holes. So it's gone through the scupper holes behind the seat. You could put them through here as well. This is attached, so it's holding this out of the way. So they're there. Perfect.
There you have it.
If you enjoyed my video, why not support me by clicking the like, the subscribe, and most importantly the bell icon, clicking all. That will notify you of all of my future uploads. If you really enjoyed it, why not share it?